Since YouTube is being a little effeminate man baby, I decided to teach the many people of YouTube what really happened during World War the second major conflict. Why am I doing this, you ask? To show the absurdity of YouTube's antics, of course. And second, because I think it's kind of funny. So, pulling out my handy dandy list of words that can get you demonetized, let's get started. The first conflict left a major stain on Europe, shivering the little baby boy that is the continent even farther. The great sadness of the 1930s broke the economies around the world, leaving many, Germany to be precise, a tattered hellscape of printing more and more money. So the people of Deutschland put the little faith they had left into a single man, who will henceforth be named Funny Little Mustache Man because I can't say his name, or Film. This is where the fun begins. In March of 1938, Film marched his troops into Austria, but not before a referendum took place, which led to a landslide victory. But Film didn't want to take his chances, promptly arresting the leader of Austria. In 1939, the fire really started to heat up when Film took the rest of Czechoslovakia, preceded by the taking of the Sudetenland, which held a minority of Germans a few months earlier. On September 1st of 1939, Film decided he needed more Lebensraum for his grubby little sausages, so without declaring conflict, Film marched his troops into Poland. 2 days later, the French and the Brits joined in, and this whole little shindig actually starts. A little time later, the big bad scary Soviets got in on the land seizing and started violently hugging the Polish. Later, they partitioned the land, which was laid out in the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Feeling very hungry for more tiny little countries to shove into his gullet, Film decided to move north, launching large-scale attacks on Allied forces in Norway and Denmark. The next to come were Belgium, the Netherlands, and the Luxembourg. 2 days after Germany marched troops into the Benelux, they crossed the French border. And after being thrashed in Dunkirk and France falls, Italy decides now is as good a time as any to join. Vichy France, a National Socialist government led by Philippe Pétain, is set up in southern France, and thus begins the Battle of Britain. Thousands of blowy-up droppers and pew-pew plane boys are over London every day. I mean, it's better than getting acid in the face, I guess. And later on in the war, Italy decides to have a little excursion into Greece, which the Germans thought was a good idea too, so they sent their troops so they could enjoy all the tourist attractions that Greece can offer. In 1941, Film unleashed his dastardly plan of shoot 'em up bang bang on the Soviet Union. And Stalin was angry, unleashing waves upon waves of Red Army troops pushing the Germans back to Berlin. Actually, that was a little later. Papa Stalin was sad that his best friend was mean to him, so he locked himself in his room. I'm not even joking, he actually did. The leader at this time, they were all children. On December 11th of 1941, Germany and Italy declared war on America, as they signed a tripartite pact with Japan a little bit earlier. Because Japan did an uh-oh and messed with the US's boats. The Germans forgot their winter coats and got a little chilly, so the Soviets said time to push you back. Next year, the struggle of Stalingrad begins, and the Germans realize what Napoleon realized years and years before. Don't invade Russia. It will not go well in a couple months. The tide of war turns when German General Paulus surrenders in 1943. The Allies invade Sicily and move into Italy after sliding into Africa. The next year, the Allies bamboozle Film with a no you card on the beaches of Normandy. A couple months later, in August, Paris was liberated by the Allies. In December, the Germans sneak around the forest to see if they can pew-pew any Americans, which was known as the Bulge. Normal people call it the Ardennes Offensive. Germany declares Endsieg, or final victory, because in a syphilis and methed out mind, the Germans could still win the war. But in April of 1945, the Russians placed the hammer and sickle over the Reichstag. We're just 10 days after Film's birthday, he commits... Fuck it. He shot himself and slurped down a cyanide capsule. And on May 7th, Germany surrenders, thus marking the end of war in Europe. And this took so long to make, the entire day actually, and I'm very proud of it myself, and I hope you guys liked it too. If you did like it, please share it around. I want people to see what I can do. I'm very proud of my work, but thank you for watching, and hope you guys have a nice day.
flies out of there.